give it honor to God who's ahead of my life. I'm just so humbled by this group of young people. It's really incredible when you come in this media day, press conference, and you just got 3 different players surrounding you. That says a little bit about what kind of team you're trying to build and what you're trying to stand for. It's not about one player, it's about all of us. And all of us are going to stand for joy and adaptability, integrity, and compassion and passion and discipline. We understand the assignment, and I'm just so humbled by these young ladies here who stood above the rest, but the other people that's on the team, they actually did amazing stuff as well.
We'll open it up to questions for the student athletes. Please hold your questions for Coach Jesse?
Alyssa, congrats on your first performance, double-double in your first game. What do you think you saw on the court that opened up those lanes?
All I really saw was the ball. Just tracking the ball and go get it. That's really just what I really focus on as a player, and just making sure that I'm there, I'm rebounding. This is what my team needs, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be big and go crash the boards.
Alyssa, when we spoke on Media Day, called yourself a unicorn tonight. You did a little bit of everything. How did it feel to impact the game like that on opening night?
It feels great just being able to do a lot of things and not limit myself to only do one thing. So whatever my team needs me to do, I'm gonna go do it to the best of my ability.
How important was it crashing the glass tonight? You guys had a big rebounding advantage, which led to a lot of second chance opportunities getting out in transition. I was wondering if any of you guys could just touch on that, please.
We try to be big on the boards. That's what we went into the game knowing that our game plan was that the other team was smaller, so we had to dominate the board. So that was our focus, and we just locked into it. So.
I agree with her. Just being able to just go crash the boards. Whatever we need to do, go get a rebound. Do what we need to do. Be there for our teammates.
I think that, I'm a guard, but I like crashing the board, so I just join them.
Like having fun.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about that mentality? That's something where you don't have to be a center, you could be a guard, and you guys have phenomenal rebounding numbers as well. How much do you pride yourself that no matter your size to be able to get the rebounds?
It feels good getting a rebound over a big, I'm not gonna lie. When you see somebody that's like 6'1", 6'2", and I'm like 5'8", and I'm getting a rebound over you, you doing something wrong. So I'm doing something right. So
So, Atlanta, more on that. You guys are up 30 points by the end of the game. You're keeping the pressure on with 10 seconds to go. What was going through your mind during that last stretch?
Play the game how you gonna play other teams. Like, keep playing through everything. If we were playing Ohio State, I would play the same exact way. That's my mentality.
Elena, did you know you were nearing that double-double, that joining your teammate going in the fourth?
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to get that 10th rebound. Yeah, that's it.
You know, 11 though.
I got 11. Okay, yeah. You got 11.
Finally.
I didn't go on.
You need to get the ball to come out of bounds.
Oh, they gave me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Thank y'all.
Alyssa, although you didn't end the game with a steal, you got your hand on the ball in the passing lane a few times, especially early on. How much do you think you could be a force on that side of the ball?
Really just using my length, being handsy, especially with the guards or whoever who can dribble. So even if I can't get the ball, even those little things matter. So just focusing and doing those little things that can affect the game.
Couple more personalities. We'll go to Jesse and Nancy.
Kyra, your second year as a captain, do you think that you changed as a leader on the floor with your leadership too?
I don't think my style of leadership has changed. I think my role has changed. I know we lost a big part last year, so I knew that coming out of the season last year that I had to step up and work on my game throughout the summer. And I think, and my teammates and coaches have thought that I've stepped up to the challenge and embraced it, and I'm going to continue to do that. So.
You guys struggled offensively in the first quarter, but then the second and third quarters, you guys really blew the game open. What sort of changed, and what propelled that big lead to come?
Offensively, you said?
Yeah, offensively.
Oh, really just moving the ball, playing another team, working on our spacing, looking at the gap, and just reading the defense.
Yeah, I think we were forcing a lot, settling for a lot in the first quarter, and I think once we settled in and knew what we could do and honed in on what our strengths were, we kind of opened that up a little bit. So.
Any more questions? Last one.
one game into the season, but what is kind of the identity you're starting to make your team just going forward in the season? As you all can answer, just the identity you want to create within the team.
Can you say the question one more time, please?
I said one game into this season, you're starting to develop like an identity as a team. What do you want your identity to be moving forward as a team throughout the season?
I got you. We just want to be a force to be reckoned with. Whoever we play, oh, we got to play Syracuse. Like, it's going to be a tough game. So really just being dogs on the court, being tough, intensity, being there for our teammates, for our Orange Sisters. It just know, like, this is what we have to do. We have to be big, crash the boards, whatever it is, but just be a force to be reckoned with the whole season.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I think our biggest thing is effort. Whoever we're playing, it doesn't matter if we're playing, I don't know, the biggest of the biggest or even a D2 school in an exhibition. We just have to show our best foot and give our best effort. And I think that if we continue to bring that same intensity and that same competitiveness every game, then we're going to be something to deal with this year. So.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is our mentality. Every game we got to go into it ready to prepare for each game like it's the last game in the March Madness. Like, we got to prepare for it like we already there. So each game we go for it each time. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Tell my mama I said that.
Silly so.
Coach Jack, you said last week your team needed to be a lot better defensively. Tonight you held the Leopards to 30% from the floor. You got rebounded them by 31. Clearly your team got the memo tonight.
Yeah, we're getting better, but you know what? I got to just say this. I get to work with these young ladies every day, and this is what I get to work with. They're just a great young group of people that really want to be the best version of themselves every day, and I get to witness that, and that's why I got back as fast as I could, because it's such a joy to see them evolve the way they are. But yeah, defensively we're getting better. We're certainly not comfortable right now. At first quarter, it came out so stagnant. And if we're playing against, an ACC team, that can be a 15-point blowout, and we can be even with them for the rest of the three quarters. But we already put our foot in our face right there. And so we're going to work on some film tonight and get them some visions of what we need to work at. Because when you're watching film, from a coach's eye, is different from what the fans saw. So we'll get better through film, and we'll get ready for our next game on Friday.
Coach, with Alyssa dropping a double-double in her debut here, how much does that excite you about her ability as a versatile player, going forward this season?
She's special. She's definitely special. Well, there was a freshman in our conference that dropped for 31, just yesterday. And so we got a lot of work to do. We got to catch those balls. We got to finish on the rim. We got to finish through contact. And we could have easily had 25, 30 points. And so I'm not going to treat her like a freshman. I'm going to treat her like a player that she wants to become. And she shared with me that's what one of her goals is to be Rookie of the Year. Well, we got to step it up a little bit.
Yeah, so I asked Alyssa just about her defensive effort, but for you, how special do you think she can be, especially with that length at the forward spot?
The sky's the limit for all of them, including her. I think she's one of the few that can play multiple positions. She can play the 3, 4, or 5. And she can defend. She sits on defense. She doesn't foul. Today was a weird day, I think, because her whole family's here. And that first time is over, and they'll come to more games, but that first is out of our way. But it's really special when you haven't seen your family. You're from Illinois. But I think that her ability to do those three things and hit the 3 ball and rebound with the best of them and sit down on defense against anybody that's on the floor says a little bit about what she's trying to become. And we need more people on our team to adjust their game to that.
Coach, you had 3 players tonight with double-doubles. What does that say to you about not only the level of talent on your team, but also the amount of depth that you have?
It says that that's what it's our family versus their team. And anybody can become. When Sierra Dillard left Buffalo, we got this kid named Deasia Fair, too small, nobody recruited her, Rochester Institute, and multiple of Division II schools. Well, guess what we told her? There's no cap to what you can become. And we just built our team on people that was at that school. That's what we're doing here at Syracuse. Anybody can be great. Winning is easy, in my opinion. It's wins and learns. It's wins and learn. And I'm thinking that these kids are getting the message. and understanding the assignment. Any day, on any given day, somebody can emerge, and that's what happened today.
Coach, you said your defense still can get better and needs to be better. What are you looking for from
The
your
box
team?
out.
Box out.
We're not boxing out. We're trying to out-jump small kids. And we don't want to out-jump them. We need to show that you can master the rebounding. You got to master. You got to get to those blocks, and you got to lock in, bend your knees, and you got to plunge forward to get those rebounds. We got rebounds because we're just taller. I don't want to just be. We're not going to be taller in the ACC. It's going to be the skill set versus skill set, and our skill set has to get better with the box out on the block, the middle person come down flying in, and then we plunge towards the ball, and we haven't shown consistency in that yet.
Coach, it's a long off-season full of practices, preseason games, but what's your biggest takeaway from seeing this team for the first time on the court in a real game tonight?
Seeing this team, my October was a mess, and being able to sit and see this team is a miracle to me, and I don't take that for granted. And that's where I'm going to leave that at, is just to be able to be in the gym with these young ladies and see them laugh and see them ask weird questions and grab each other and run and chase each other and mess up and get sad and mad. And that is everything to me as a coach that the game could have been taken away from.
Coach, like you said, it's your family versus their team. Where does that passion come from, and how does it bleed onto the court for your players?
It's my family, the Leggett family. We grew up understanding that, in order for us to have anything, we have to take it. If we're going to be smart, you got to do well in school. But you're going to play the game. You got to play the game with such a aggressiveness that they remember that you were out there. You may not have stopped them, but they're going to remember you were out there. That was my two brothers and my two sisters and my mom. And I brought that to my assistant coaching position, and I brought it to my head coaching position. And some teams don't get it. Some teams gravitate towards it. And this is a team, I think, that really understands the assignment.
Coach, you just had a grad student, a junior, and a freshman up here. Probably the widest range of ages you can have between players. Well, the widest. So what is that relationship like between the upperclassmen and the underclassmen? Well, we created a thing called Orange Sisters. And our upperclassman has to connect with the younger person, and we bring everybody together. And if an older person, a younger person do something wrong, the older person is going to be penalized in some capacity. And a younger person understands that if I do something wrong, I'm not going to be the only person that has to deal with this. My sister is going to have to face some repercussion as well. That has worked for us since my first days as a head coach at Hofstra. And it seems to be working well now. And to see this kind of dynamic up here says a little bit about what my coaches and I stand for.
Coach, you've talked a lot about just family. I see you have a little good luck note next to you. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, yes. This is from Lily. And Lily, I was in a hospital, and she's really been a real support. It was the first time I've seen her. And she said, gave me this card. She says, you got this. And then I open it up, and it says, you're stronger than you think. And boy, oh boy, did I had to be strong last month. And I didn't know how strong I was until strong was the only thing I had to accomplish. And for her to understand that that's what I needed, and that's what I still need. I always tell her she got an old soul, and I adore her. I know her mother is my boss, and I like her mom most of the time because it's when she gives me what I want. But Lily, I love all the time, and I'm so grateful that you're an example to young people, whether you want to be or not. And I think that because I stand for what I stand for, I don't know I am what I am, but this young kid is really taking a liking to who I am trying to be. And for her to give me that, so I drop the mic on you guys. Have a great day.